In this video, we are going to talk about binomial distribution. We are also going to calculate its expectation, its variance, and its moment generating function. So first, let's start with the binomial distribution definition. So a random variable x follows binomial n comma p, where our n is the number of trials, our p is the probability of success if it assumes non-negative values, that is our range of x is equals to 0, 1, 2 till n, and its PMF is given by probability x is equals to x, which is equals to ncx p raised to the power x q raised to the power n minus x, where q is equals to 1 minus p, that is the probability of failure. We'll understand more about this with the help of an example. First, let's move on to the conditions that are required for binomial distribution. Now, the first condition is that each trial results in two exhaustive and mutually disjoint outcomes, termed as success and failure. Now, let's consider an experiment where we consider two tosses of a coin. So, our experiment is two tosses of a coin. Our trial is toss of a coin, and we are doing this particular trial 2 times. So each trial, that is each toss of a coin, results in this toss of a coin, it results in head or tail, which means that these are two exhaustive and mutually disjoint outcomes. Basically, exhaustive means that these are the only two possible outcomes, and mutually disjoint outcomes means that their intersection is equals to null, phi. So termed as, now these two exhaustive and mutually disjoint outcomes are termed as success and failure. So let's say our H is the success and our tail is the failure. Now the number of trials n is finite. So we have n is equals to 2, which is finite. Now the third condition is that trials are independent of each other. Obviously the two trials over here are independent of each other. Then the fourth condition is that the probability of success is constant for each trial. Now let's say we are taking a fair coin. So our probability of head is equals to probability of tail, which is equals to half. And this particular probability is constant for each trial. So this particular experiment satisfies all 4 of these conditions. Now let's see what are the outcomes of this particular experiment. We have HH, that is the head comes first, then the head comes second also. Then we have HT, head comes first, then tail comes second, then TH, then TT. Now let our X be number of heads. So x is equals to 0, 1, 2. Since x is the number of heads, we have TT, that is number of heads is 0. Then we have HT or TH, that is our number of heads is 1. Then head, that is our number of heads are 2. Now let's calculate the probabilities associated with x. So we have probability x is equals to 0 is equals to 1 by 4, since tail, the probability that we get tail is equals to half, and we have the second one as half as well, so we get 1 by 4. Now probability x is equals to 1 is equals to 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, which is equals to half. Then we have probability x is equals to 2 as 1 by 4. So if you look closely, we get probability x is equals to 2cx into 1 by 2 raised to the power 2 for x is equals to 0 and 1 and 2. And we also get the summation of p probability x is equals to x over x is equals to 1, since 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 is equals to 1. Now generalizing this particular case to include n trials, and let the probability of success be p and the probability of failure be q. So then we get that probability x is equals to ncx, and then we have our p raised to the power x, then we have our q as n minus x, where x is equals to 0, 1, 2 till n. This is our probability mass function of binomial distribution with n comma p. This means that our x follows binomial n comma p. So to summarize, if we have a set of n Bernoulli trials with finite n and with the probability of success as p and the probability of failure as q, then let x be the number of success, then our x follows binomial n comma p. Now let's calculate expectation of x, where our x follows binomial n comma p and our probability is given by this particular formula. So our expectation of x is equals to summation over x into probability x is equals to small x. So this is equals to summation over x is equals to 0 till n, since that is the range of x into probability x is equals to ncx p raised to the power x and q raised to the power n minus x. Now this can be written as 0 into ncx p raised to the power x q raised to the power n minus x plus summation x is equals to 1 till n, then into x ncx p raised to the power x q raised to the power n minus x. Now this is equals to 0 plus summation x is equals to 1 till n, then x and then ncx can be written as n factorial upon x factorial into n minus x factorial, and then we have p raised to the power x q raised to the power n minus x. Now this is equals to summation x is equals to 1 till n, then we have n factorial upon this is x into x minus 1 factorial, and we already have x over here, and then we have n minus x factorial, p raised to the power x and q raised to the power n minus x. Now these two x cancels out, so summation x is equals to 1 till n, we have n factorial upon x minus 1 factorial n minus x factorial into p raised to the power x into q raised to the power n minus x. This is equals to summation x is equals to 1 till n. Now n factorial can also be written as n into n minus 1 factorial upon x minus 1 factorial, and then n minus x is basically n minus x is equals to n minus 1 minus of x minus 1. So that is basically n minus 1 minus x minus 1 factorial, then we have p raised to the power x minus 1 into p, and then we have q raised to the power n minus x, since our n minus x is also equals to n minus 1 and minus x minus 1. So this is equals to summation x is equals to 1 till n, then let's take n out. So this particular thing is actually n minus 1 c x minus 1, and then we have our p and then p x minus 1 q n minus x. Now we already know that summation over x ncx p raised to the power x and q raised to the power n minus x is equals to 1. So if you look closely over here, we get np summation x is equals to 1 till n minus 1 c x minus 1 p raised to the power x minus 1 q raised to the power n minus x. Now this is equals to 1. So that is why our expectation of x is equals to np. This is our answer. Now let's also calculate variance of x. So our variance of x is given by expectation of x square minus expectation of x whole square. We have already calculated expectation of x as expectation of x is equals to np. Now let's see how to calculate expectation of x square. So our expectation of x square can also be written as expectation of x into x minus 1 plus expectation of x. Now expectation of x square can also be written like this, since x square minus x plus x, and then we are just taking expectation of these two separately. Now we already know that expectation of x is np, right? And then let's calculate this particular expectation. So expectation x into x minus 1 is given by summation x is equals to 0 till n, then x into x minus 1 into probability, that is ncx p raised to the power x q raised to the power n minus x. Now this is equals to, now this particular equation is 0 for is 0 when x is equals to 0 and x is equals to 1. So we get summation x is equals to 2 till n into x minus 1 into n factorial upon x factorial into n minus x factorial p raised to the power x q raised to the power n minus x. Now this is equals to summation x is equals to 2 till n, then x into we already have x into x minus 1, then n factorial into upon x factorial can be written as x into x minus 1 into x minus 2 factorial. So we have so x into x minus 1 cancels out with this particular x into x minus 1, then we get x minus 2 factorial into n minus x factorial into p raised to the power x q raised to the power n minus x. Now summation x is equals to 2 till n can also be written as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial upon x minus 2 factorial into n minus x factorial p raised to the power x minus 2 into p square and q raised to the power n minus x. Now taking the constants out, that is n into n minus 1 into p square into summation x is equals to 2 till n, then if you see we have this particular thing as n minus 2 c x minus 2 p raised to the power x minus 2 and then q raised to the power n minus x. Now this is equals to 1 as we discussed in the case of expectation of x. Now this is equals to n into n minus 1 into p square. This is our expectation of x into x minus 1. So our expectation of x square is equals to n into n minus 1 into p square plus np. So our variance of x is equals to n into n minus 1 into p square plus np minus n square p square, which is equals to n square p square minus n into p square plus np minus n square p square, which is equals to these two cancel out, then we have np common and then 1 minus p. So this is equals to npq. This is our variance of x. Now let's calculate the movement generating function, that is mgf, which is given by mxt, which is equals to expectation e raised to the power tx. Now this is equals to summation x is equals to 0 till n, then we have e raised to the power tx and then probability of x, that is ncx p raised to the power x q raised to the power n minus x. Now this is equals to summation x is equals to 0 till n ncx p into e raised to the power t and then raised to the power x, then q raised to the power n minus x. Now by binomial theorem this is equals to p e raised to the power t plus q raised to the power n. This is our mgf. With this we come to the end of our video.